Hi everyone. So this is the Creality Ender 3 Lite, and let's do a quick unboxing. Just received this today. I'll show you why I actually need this, but let's see what's in here. Nothing else in the box. And this is a couple of screws, the manual, which I don't think I'll need, and these are the attachments for the the holder for the light. This is the light itself. Let's take that out. It's just some strips to attach it. This is the cable for the power. I'll take you to the printer and show you why I need this and how to set this up. Stay tuned. Let's talk about the setup real quick. So you see the light, this outer case, it kind of slides out, right? So you want to push this a little bit away and get the LED out. The cable has a few sides. So this side is going to go to the motherboard. You can see these two pins. These are going to go to the motherboard. This here goes to the LED. So this will plug in here. And then these two are for the switch button, the on and off switch. So if you see these two holders, they don't look the same. One has an on and off switch and also has this cable place here where you can do the cable management through it, and this one doesn't. So this will go on this side, well, like that, and then this will go on this side. So first we'll plug in this wire here. Let me see if I can get this to focus. And then I'm going to plug these two into the button. So we'll do that now. There. So just got this one here. You ride the wire this way. And then now we need to plug in these two here. Now we just plug in the other side from here. So now we just need to use the screws to screw this on the printer. And the other end of the cable goes to the motherboard. This is just to route the cable on this side rail of the printer. So next we'll go to the printer, put this on. So now at the printer here, you see the top uh, rail here. It has this plastic square that we're going to remove. So we're going to remove this. And we'll do the same thing for the other side. You see the light should fit right in here, and same on the other side, and the two screws that came with will screw that on. Let me see if I can get my camera to focus. Yep, exactly. You see that screw here? So you're gonna put that here, screw it in. Same for the other side. So that goes there, and then use that screw to screw that in place. Screw on this side. I recommend not to over tighten these. This is very light and is not that heavy, so like it doesn't need too much support. So I would be careful with over tighten these. So now we have the light mounted and everything. So you can see here we've mounted the light, and it's, if you have a direct drive or you have your filament sits up here, no worries. It's not like you have enough clearance between the filament spool, and this is the 1 kilogram or like the 2.2 pounds spool, and you still I have a plenty of clearance, and I can round the filament in between. Now I've seen some people that put the light backward, and so the light would be like on the back side of the printer. I didn't like it that way. I want it to be on the front because this is usually where I want to see the printer. And I'll show you this at night. It is a little bit dark here, so this is going to be useful. Now we need to go for the motherboard. So I'm just going to open up these two screws. So to get access to the motherboard, there are two screws here on the front and there's one in the back. You would have to move the bed to get to it. So there's this one screw here in the back. So 3 screws for the motherboard, one in the back, 2 in the front. I'm going to do that and then route the wire in. Okay, so now I opened up the motherboard. Be careful, the fan is attached to the motherboard. So if you want, you can remove this and then this will go away. Don't forget to plug it back in. Now, where we're going to plug the light cable, you see the end of the cable is, you have this red and black cable. So obviously for positive and ground. And we're gonna go, you see this motherboard, it's here. This is the main power supply. You have also positive and negative. That's where we're gonna plug in. Let me see if I can get it to close. That's where we'll plug in the light. So you may have to access this from the back or like from underneath. However you feel, it's a little bit like tiny space. So however you feel comfortable with. So this is a little bit kind of tricky. So do this at your own risk, obviously. Let's do this right now. And yeah, we're gonna plug in the cables and then show you the light working. Okay, so now I routed the cables in. You can see these two cables, and then I just need to loosen this screw terminal and then have the red one combined with the red and the black combined with the black. So that's where they go here. These So this is my Ender 3. Let me show you, kind of sits in the dark. And I moved it here on this side because my Ender 3 Max kind of took this space. And you see, I used to have this light and that I set up myself. And this light would kind of sits above my, what used to be my Ender 3. Now it's my Ender 3 Max because this is a little bit larger space. And now because of this, my Ender 3 kind of sits in the dark. So you see the difference. And sometimes if I'm working on like leveling the bed or like working on something that requires a little bit more light, this is really nice to have. So check it out. I just finished the installation for the Ender 3 Creality official light. And yeah, it's just a couple screws here, one from here, one from the other side, and then just a wire directly to the power supply on the motherboard. So far, I'm loving it. I think this is good. It's a little bit pricey, but if you set up your own, you probably end up with the same cost, and it's probably not going to be as nice. So I don't know if you need it. I think it's not a bad idea. If you don't, then it's up to you. I'll leave a link in the description. Once again, I'm not being paid or anything. If I have some discount, I'll leave it in the description as well. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.